Welcome, everybody, to Red Rock City Lifestyle Podcast, a space where we can learn about the best in class and local businesses here in Las Vegas, hear from community leaders, influencers, learn where to go, where to eat, just curiosities about our community. I'm Camila Durand, your host, and with me today, I have here the one and only Scot Salisbury. Scot is a car aficionado, and he is the founder and owner of Residential Parking Solutions. Welcome, Scot.
Thank you.
So happy to have you here talking to our listeners. Tell us a little about your journey with cars, about your company, who you serve, how it all got started. Because I've been to your office and it's pretty fabulous. You have all these pictures about cars and your dad. So tell us a little bit about us, about you.
Well, I've been in the automotive industry my entire life. I grew up, my dad raced top fuel dragsters and funny cars, and I was working on that race car since I was 10 years old, all the way up through my teen years.
Wait. You raced cars when you were 10 years old?
He was racing. I was the mechanic on with him.
Oh, okay. Thank you for clarifying that.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I didn't start racing until I was 18.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, we've been around vehicles my whole life. Been a gearhead, buying cars, fixing them up, selling them, all that. And became a mechanic the day I got out of high school. Made it a goal to have an automotive repair shop by the time I was 25, which I did. And when I had the shop, I had to buy a lift. And I purchased a lift back in 1982. I thought I was on my own business. And so one thing led to another. In 1985, I got into the automotive equipment business. Been in it ever since. From every facet, from a manufacturer's representative to a distributor, salesperson for a company in California, sales rep for a couple of national companies, and eventually ended up going out on my own. And we started Expert Automotive Equipment just a little over 20 years ago. And that was primarily doing all of the commercial work. We work on all of the dealerships, all of the Lithias and the Finleys and the Autonations and things of that nature.
But so to clarify to our listeners, because I'm very familiar with your concept of what you do.
Right.
And when you say I purchased a lift, nowadays when you say lift, it takes you to the car service, right? The rental, like Uber, Lyft. So yeah,
it was a two-post lift for the cars.
Yeah. So let's clarify. So you purchased a lift. What's a lift? What do you mean?
It's a two-post lift. If you go into any automotive repair shop or a dealership, you'll see the lifts inside the service facility.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and so those are the lifts that they use to raise the cars up in the air and work on it.
Okay.
And that's when I purchased a two-post lift. It took the guy like 3 weeks to get to me. I thought he needed some competition. And he was a good guy, and he and I have been friends for a long time. But yeah, I had to get into that business. Like I said, I've been in it since 1985, and a lot of different various roles throughout the years of going through the industry.
Mm-hmm.
And in 2004, I started Expert Automotive Equipment, primarily directed towards the commercial end, working on all of the independent repair shops, and I graduated to working on government facilities, Air Force bases, dealerships, things of that nature. And there was a new type of lift out there that was designed for the residential market.
Oh.
And so when I first came out in the early 2000s, I went out and went to some car shows, and all the guys who had the cars at the car shows purchased all these lifts. And it kind of petered out after about 2 or 3 years, and so we just abandoned it. Just kept on going with the commercial. Well, in 2015, I said, there's got to be a new crop of guys out there. Let's go out and do it again. My last year or two, and we'll sell a bunch of lifts to the hot rod guys. But what happened was the people who were coming into the car shows were actually coming up to us and asking us that would fit in their program. Well, that's what it's designed for. And so it kind of organically grew into providing people who are not mechanics, they don't have car shows, they just have more cars than garage. And so we started concentrated our efforts towards that market in 2015. With some effort. It wasn't the primary push on our business, but it was a nice little side business, and it kept on growing. And every year it grew more and more. We started out with 2 or 3 a month, and went to 5 or 6 a month, and now we sell about 12 to 15 of these a month.
Wow.
The people have a conception that they don't know that it's actually a thing. They don't know that
Right.
they actually do this. And if they do see it, they think it'll never fit in their garage because they don't have a 15-foot tall ceiling.
Right.
It actually does fit in a tract home garage. The other misconception they have is it might be $15,000, $20,000, $30,000.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing could be further from the truth. So we now perform the high lift modification. And the secret to making this thing work is if you go out there and look inside the garage, you're going to see the garage door opener about 1.5 to 2 feet above the car. So what we do is we come in and we remove that low-hanging garage door opener. We raise the rails to the ceiling and put a walnut garage door opener. And that opens it up to be able to fit 2 cars inside of that bay.
Wait, are you telling me that if I have a 2-car garage and I have 3 or 4 cars, I can fit all of them in my garage?
Yes.
With your equipment, with your lift?
Yeah.
No way.
You're not going to put an F-150 on there and put a car in there, but it's for cars.
Wow.
All the homes built since a little bit before the turn of the century, standard tract home garages come in 2 heights, 113 inches and 125. That's pretty standard in the industry. At 113 inches, we can put two cars in there. At 125 inches, we can put a car and an SUV in there.
Mm-hmm.
And people just can't fathom this, or they just don't see it. And so most of our advertising, like we do in your magazine, is more an awareness campaign. A, this can be done. And B, we can do the lift and the height, what we call a high lift modification for the garage door. The entire package is less than $8,000.
Wow.
Installed, we do the training, we have the support. And before we tell anybody a lift, we come out and do what we call a free site evaluation, but it's measuring. We have to measure the cars, we have to measure the ceiling, we have to look at the ingress, the egress. We look at all the variables and say yes or no. And about 80 to 90% of the time, it's a yes. Unfortunately, we were at a guy's house last week, and he needed 114 inches. He had 113 inch high ceiling. And he says, well, I said, no, there's no variation on this. We're very strict about it because in the lift business, an inch is a mile.
Right, for sure.
It's not going to fit. So we started doing that, and we started getting more requests for more of the services. So now Residential Parking Solutions not only do provide the lift and we do the high lift modification on the garage door opener, we also do the switch stack style flooring, raised deck flooring, we do the slat walls, we do the garage cabinets, we do the lighting. It's a complete garage transformation. So we can do as little or as much as they want. We've been getting calls from your subscribers just for flooring, and we've gone in and put all the raised deck flooring in there, and they love it. It's a great product.
I love that. So we can actually create a TV show for you, a whole garage redo, right? You'll come in, you'll raise the garage door. You're going to do the floorings, do you install cabinets too?
Well, yeah, we have a complete garage cabinet line where we do, it's completely modular. Now what we have is we've written a new program that we go in with an iPad into your garage, and with LiDAR, we can do a 3D model of the garage and under that.
With your iPad?
Yep.
Oh my stars, where does the technology stop?
Well,
like, seriously.
Well, my business partner, Trevor, is the computer guru. You've met Trevor, and he has written the program. So not only can we 3D model the garage, We actually can drop the products that they're thinking about getting, whether it be the lift or the cabinets or the slat walls or the lighting or whatever. And you can see a 3D version and move it around and look at it from all the different angles to see if this is what you want your garage to look like. You can see a true 3D model. The pricing is all right there and everything. And unlike a lot of places with the inflation, it's actually pretty reasonable with us. We adhere to the pricing structures, as you'll see it. It's the same price from us as it would be on the internet. However, you're getting the local support, you're getting training, you're getting installation. We take care of everything inside. And so,
And what is the material that you use for the flooring?
it's a high-tech plastic. But
High-tech plastic.
It's a polymer. It holds 30,000 pounds per square inch. When we put it in, it does not move. You would think it would be kind of slippery. It does not move. When we get the boxes from the manufacturer, just a box that's 2 feet by 3 feet by a foot tall is extraordinarily heavy. This stuff is
really
high density. So it also has channels underneath it. So when you wash your garage out, the water just goes underneath it. It's got channels for it to channel the water out.
Oh,
okay. Not creating puddles inside of the garage. They really thought a lot.
Yeah.
And it has the edges, the black edges for the thresholds and things for when you drive into the garage door. And it has about 12 different colors. And you can make whatever design you want. It doesn't affect the cost. We have a tool that you can click over the tiles and it'll map out your floor. And you can make a red or a yellow outline. We like to, where the cars are going to be parked at, we like to tend to put black tiles in that area, and then you can outline that with whatever colors you want. We just have one guy when he put his initials in the tile.
I was just thinking about that. That would be so cool to have your initials as soon as you go into the garage with your car. It's like, oh, look at me. I'm in my garage. I love that.
and the flooring is not as expensive as I thought it would be. Right now, we've got a sale on it. It's like $6 a foot delivered.
Okay.
So your typical 2-car garage is 400 square feet, 20 by 20. So you're looking at $2,400, and your whole garage floor is transformed into something beautiful.
Yeah, you can really have your gourmet garage, or that's a catchy name. You should think about that, gourmet garage, because it's really tailored and bespoke, really to what the homeowner, what they want. That's fabulous. And what is the material that you use for the lifts?
Well, it's steel. These are manufactured at a shop level of quality. We actually put these lifts. They are designed to fit in. There's some that are designed to actually fit into a residential 2-car garage. And if you look in the middle of your garage, there's an expansion joint that kind of splits the garage in half. This will be on that side of the expansion joint. It won't extend over, and you can put one car in and another car above that and still park the car next to it. So you can turn your 2-car garage into a 3 or a 4-car garage. We have had people that have a 3-car garage. We put 3 lifts in there, turn them into a 6-car garage.
Oh my stars! That's a lot of cars, man.
Some guys just love them. So they have their toys, and you can put, ATVs, golf carts. We actually had one guy in Lake Las Vegas had moved here from California from a larger house into a smaller house. And his wife really had a lot of Christmas and Halloween decorations and no place to put it. So he brought the lift and he built a deck on top of it with handrails. And she was able to load all the holiday decorations on top of that, raise it up out of the way, and they could park inside the garage all day.
Oh.
So when it's time,
the lift is not only for cars.
No. I've had guys, that was for the holiday decorations. We had another guy who just had a lot of stuff in there, lawnmowers and bicycles and motorcycles and things of that nature. And we have the option of putting a solid deck inside of there. And he just put a lot of stuff out of the way. So because the garages, they may be taller, they're not bigger. They actually kind of shrink, they shrink them down because the cost per square foot.
Uh-huh.
The things that we notice with garages is you see all that storage. We do the raising storage list also for the garages. It makes the garage look bigger. And they raise, it doesn't cost them anymore, so they make them taller, which is good for us because we can actually put the listing and turn it into. Because if you look at the older homes, like in the 70s and 80s and the early 90s, they have an 8-foot garage. You're not going to live there. I mean, it's because if you look at a lowered car, interestingly enough, I do all the measurements and all of the lifts that we put in.
Uh-huh.
Every Corvette from 1953 to the present day, they're all exactly 48 inches tall.
Wow.
I have no idea, but they're all 48 inches tall. So you take two vehicles at 48 inches, that's 8 feet. You still need an additional 10 inches. Because one of the questions we get all the time is, how tall does my ceiling have to be? And so,
how what? Sorry, what? I didn't.
My ceiling have to be?
Oh, how tall does my ceiling have to
that's
be?
That's a big concern. How tall does my ceiling have to be? It's got to be 12, 13 feet. It has to be 10 inches higher than the height of the two cars combined with it going in.
Oh, okay.
So it depends on what the car is. So what's the height? It depends. If you got an F-150, you're really talking about it. And we have one street out in Red Rock. There's 33 lifts on the street. Once one neighbor found out, the other one found out, and they said,
really?
"Oh yeah, one guy's got 4 lifts, and the guy's got 3. This guy's got 2. This guy's got 1." It's like they all know each other. It's crazy. There's one street.
That's wonderful to hear how your business has been super successful in serving our community. And yes, not only is it something that's very useful, it seems to me that you make it very affordable.
Yeah, because you look at, if you have a 2 or 3 car garage and you want to be able to house the car, you probably don't have the property to be able to build a second garage.
Right.
If you did have the property, the HOA probably wouldn't let you build another garage.
Right.
If you have a property and you didn't have the HOA, it would still cost you anywhere from $50,000 to $100,000 to build that garage in today's dollars. For less than 1/10 the cost of that. I can turn this 2-car garage into a 3 or 4-car garage, between the heat, and it's just because it's really detrimental to vehicles. We see things on Nextdoor app where people are walking around trying to get into cars, people walking around breaking into vehicles. So for security purposes, your catalytic converters won't get stolen, your vehicles are out of heat, out of the cold, you're housed inside. It's just a lot better for the vehicle to be inside the garage than to be outside.
For sure.
We've actually had some communities that won't let you park outside overnight. And these are some of the higher end communities, and people have the money to be able to buy themselves a toy and they can't park anything.
Yeah.
Yes, we can actually put the lift inside the garage and they can go buy their Porsche or the Corvette or their Sunday driver or show up, whatever they want to do. Still park it inside. So there's a lot of advantages to having a lift inside the garage and expanding your capability of how many cars you can park inside the garage. Yeah,
I love that. Yeah. So the advantages that you mentioned, the value that you bring to clients are, you keep your car away from the cold and the heat, so the lifespan of the car, if that's what you call it, is going to be longer.
Right.
You also protect your car from possible vandalism and robbers, criminals.
Right.
And the front of your home is beautiful. Like, you can actually see the front of the home instead of having cars. What I also heard is that the lifts can help organize the garage where you can actually park in it.
Yeah, there are people that they only have 2 cars, but they can't get the car inside the garage because there's so much stuff in the garage.
Yeah,
so that helps out also. With the garage cabinets that you can put stuff away inside of it, we actually have what's called a slat wall with hangers on it, and they can hang stuff on the walls and organize it that way. And it just depends on how clean, how organized, how much you want to invest in the garage. You're talking the total garage transformation with the lift, the flooring, the garage cabinets, the slat walls, And if we transform the entire garage, you're still under $20,000.
Wow, that's incredible. That is really incredible. And what sets you apart from the competition?
Well, nobody concentrates on the independent or the residential market in the lift business. Most of the guys that everybody in the lift business is primarily in the commercial end of it, and that's what we've been in for many years.
Okay.
We're actually winding down the commercial business and winding up the residential. Just
Hmm.
because more and more people are finding out about it. It's the fun part of our business. Because going in and transforming people's garages. The only regret they have is they didn't do this before. Um, it's just really a kick to see them when they're putting the lift in there, we get everything, the floors down and all that. It makes a huge difference. And the people love it. And so that's fun. That's fun transforming garages and making them what they're. And honestly, as a guy, most guys, their dream is to have a lift.
Yes, it is.
You have to, even if you're not a mechanic, you have cars. Having a lift is cool, and it is cool. But I
I
mean,
love it.
it is convenient. It really is a benefit to have that in. Because I do have some people that like to change their own oil,
Hmm.
to do their own minor car maintenance. And that's not the primary driver for people who buy these. It's mostly for parking and storage.
Right.
Because the lifts are very, very easy now. It takes about 5 minutes. We have them drive on and off. We have them raise it up and lower it, so you understand exactly how everything works. And once they find out how easy it works, they go, "That's it? Yeah, that's it. Push a button, hold it down, blow up."
Very
It's
good.
so it's been very easy to operate. Um, we simplified the process. We answer all of the questions, and we make sure they understand because we will bring up issues that they're not even really aware of. Um,
Hmm.
can you buy a lift on the internet? Sure, but it's a 2,000 pound brick.
Right.
Is it the right one? Is it a good one? Because there's good lifts and there's bad lifts out there.
Oh, for sure.
It's just like any other product, there's good quality, bad quality. Who's going to put it in? What's going to happen? What happens if you have an issue? I mean, there's no indecision leads to no decision. And we've had guys who go, "I can't remember if you did this," when they find us. And so we do some advertising out there as an awareness campaign to let people know we do it. And we get a pretty good response out of it because it's a good value.
I
Well,
love it. I love it. And what's next for you? What's next for residential parking solutions?
it's worked so well that we've become a franchisor.
Wow. Congratulations. That's amazing.
So we're franchising. Our first foray is going to be Houston and Dallas. Uh, we have
Wow.
we have about 4 people that are ready to sign coming for training in August. And the way that things will look, within 5 years, we should have somewhere in there 200 to 300 franchises.
Wow, that is amazing. I am so happy for you because you are such an awesome business owner. You care about your customers. You really want to put the best product out there, and you do.
Absolutely.
And and you make sure that the customers are taken care of in the sense that you answer all their questions. I'm sure when they call you, if there are any maintenance issues, you respond right away.
Oh yeah, we pay dollars. I had one guy call the other day and he says, my foot is crooked. I said, "What's going on?" He said, "Started dropping down." I said, "Okay, one of the locks didn't release. Here's what I want you to do. Hit the button, raise it up." He says, "Okay." I says, "There's a level." He says, "Yeah." And I said, "I'll raise it up to 4 inches." He says, "Okay, now pull the handle. Now let it down." And he goes, "Thanks a lot." And then it's walking right through it. If that didn't work, we come right out there. A lift not being able to come down is a 911 issue with us, but
Uh-huh.
I can't ever remember it happening with Israel because they don't use us enough to put that kind of wear and tear on them. We do get calls of lifts that have broken down and cars are stuck in the air in not only repair shops, but they're also lifting cars up 15 times a day for years on end.
Oh.
And
Uh-huh.
these lifts are built to that standard. Um, I've never had a residential lift where they just don't get the kind of use that you would put into an automotive division.
That's wonderful to hear. And how can people find you? How can people find your business and get in touch with you so they can get you guys out there to tell them what it would look like and, have their garage transformed?
Our website is residentialparkingsolutions.net. So
Dot net.
it's not
Okay.
.com. Somebody who doesn't do what we do has that name, and they have nothing to do with.
So pay attention, listeners, to contact Scott is residentialparkingsolutions.net. .com is something that we don't even know what is, and we don't even want to know what it is.
And
So
we have a Facebook page,
okay.
Residential Parking Solutions. You can call us at our office at 702-658-1323. We do have another number that's the residential parking, but we use the 658 number for our commercial business, and both numbers to that one line. So we do have a commercial side and a residential side.
Okay, wonderful.
The side is called Expert Automotive Equipment, but that's like I said, that's primarily for dealerships.
Okay, beautiful. Well, thank you so much for your time, your presence, and enlightening us with the possibility of a dreamy gourmet garage, Scott. Thank you so much.
I would say the people, when we're done, I've never had anybody not love the garage.
I love it. I love it. Thanks so much, Scott. I'll see you soon.
Thanks for your time.
Bye.